Josh, have you seen those videos, those illicit videos of Taylor Swift going around?
Oh, I didn't see them, but I did hear
You did
about
hear
him.
about them?
No, I heard about them. I didn't see him.
Do
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know how people made them? Because they weren't real.
No, they weren't real. I'm imagining it was AI.
Yes, it was AI. And, okay, they're a giant public figure. Taylor
Hmm.
Swift, giant public figure.
Yeah, yeah, super big.
So it's like, oh, you would imagine that this is being like only done to like
Celebrities.
celebrities or politicians or other public facing people.
Hmm.
But come to find out, no, it is not.
No, okay.
Because a principal at a high school found out recently because a PE teacher or Baltimore area teacher was accused slash did use AI to make their boss, the principal, appear to be racist.
That's crazy. That's really wild, actually.
This is like corporate or like, I mean, this is like really getting in on people.
yeah, and that's at such a small level, I feel like, but at the same time, it's
For like such a petty thing. Like, we'll talk a bit later about exactly why this person did what they did, but I mean, this is a weird use of the technology. Like, it does seem like the natural progression. Like, oh, like kids are using the AI to like write essays or
To
like
cheat.
to cheat or
To
whatever.
cheat, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, okay, that's cool. It's like, oh, now they're making cool songs. Like we're making songs like AI songs, like with various artists.
Oh yeah, and then people were
Mhm.
like, "Oh, these are like some new tracks that dropped from artists," and people were believing that.
Yeah, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, this is amazing," and then now the music companies are like taking them down. But now it's getting to like this like lower, more petty level of like trying to ruin someone's life by faking their like voice or their likeness to get them in trouble.
That's crazy. That's so petty.
Mm-hmm. And it's all over something really dumb. But we'll continue with this discussion or the further details after you consider hitting that subscribe button, hitting that like button. We come out with interesting topics like this one daily, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and follow us along on this journey. So this was all over some weird, shady things that the guy was doing. So it's kind of in terms of misappropriating slash mishandling school funds. So the person in question basically retaliated against the boss, the principal, because they were under an investigation for a December 2023 potential mishandling of school funds where they mishandled or like paid a person who was an assistant girls soccer coach $1,916. But can you imagine to their surprise that this person never did the job? No one did the job. So like, how do you, what do you mean?
I feel like, what is it? I feel like typically a lot of things that happen involve money and like fraud, scams, and things like that. And this is starting to sound something close to it. Yeah, the misappropriation of funds.
Yeah.
Very easy. So it could be seen why, like, they potentially could do something like this.
Yeah, I mean, they're going from like one thing, like, well, if they're willing to go and like misappropriate the funds or like
Steal.
potentially steal, we don't know. Basically, take some money and then like get their job threatened. And now they're like, okay, you know what? Let's get rid of the person who was really against us. Get rid of the principal. So they released this racist, like anti-Semitic video, or not video, voice recording, supposedly of the principal to social media. And Josh, what kind of like reaction would that give off if, you found out a principal of a school full of like, regular this kids is saying all this crazy stuff? What do you think is going to happen?
I think you would get fired, because if I heard a principal talking like that, I would be deeply disturbed, and I would be like, that person shouldn't be near any children, first off, or teens, or anyone in general. That's just my opinion, though.
Okay, but that's your like voice to the school board. But imagine if you're a parent and you're this upset, or like even this people in general. Like I think the internet gets really fired up about things get really
Yeah, especially in schools. Yeah,
when it comes to like
anything
this is a very hot button issue right now. So the whole thing turns out that like because of this, the principal was put on administrative leave while they did an investigation, but also countless death threats, like threats to the family, threats to the school board, like this countless like attacks against him, even though it was all fake. None of it was real. I mean, their voice was real in terms of the fact that it was their voice, but used by AI.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, this is a very scary place. So now we're over here like, well, what can you do? Like all you have is your your credibility, and it's like how would you know?
It's so crazy. It's like I think that typically the first thing they hear they react to and they respond to.
It's like knee jerk.
Yeah, it's like a knee jerk reaction, especially like this, because you did mention it's like a hot button issue, and like I mentioned, yes, anything regarding
very much in the news.
Yeah, very much in the news. Anything regarding schools, anything that happens in schools and kids, to even like teens, high school, anyone like that. A lot of eyes get on it.
Yeah, and people have very strong opinions about especially these types of topics, and if they were true, maybe they'd be justified in some way in like being upset. But the other thing is that once people get it in their head that you did this, like they're not going to go read further that you didn't do it.
Wouldn't. Yeah,
they'll keep harassing these people even though they didn't do it.
Yeah, it would be the first thing. Like it's the first thing that they hear. That's what they're going to latch onto, and they won't follow up.
They're not going to follow. It's like even if they did, it's like I don't believe it.
Yeah.
So it's like we have the proof it's fake. And it's like no, I don't think so. I don't want my kid going to that school.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, how did they even figure this out? How? Like, it seemed legit enough, or like more like, I don't know, feasible enough for this person to have done it. It sounded
because anyone's capable of doing, like, saying anything.
Yeah, they can say whatever they want. But the Baltimore County Police consulted a professor from the University of California, Berkeley, who specializes in digital forensics.
Oh, wow.
To go and look at this recording and see if it was real. Because, I mean, think about it this way. The principal's going to say, like, oh, I didn't do it. I never would have said that stuff.
Yeah.
But who else would say that they never said that stuff? Someone who said that stuff.
That's true. Yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
There's no way the person would admit it.
No one would admit it.
But it's like, they have to do their due diligence. Now there's this extra level of like scrutiny that needs to be involved where like the police are like, but did they really though? Is that real?
They're going to great lengths for this, by the way, because like I would have imagined the cops would have just like
wrote it off.
Yeah, just wrote it off.
I mean, at that point they're receiving death threats and stuff. So
so it is. Yeah,
it's kind of a big, huge issue. So the other one is that they also contacted the FBI. So it's like this has been
going to the top.
Yeah, this is like all across, like big collaboration to find out that this was not authentic. It was unlike they got to the conclusion was actually that was suspicious and unlikely to be authentic. So they're even them after looking at it wasn't like 100% sure that it was like fake. They're like, most likely this is not real, but not like 100%.
Yeah, it's crazy. It like I'm happy that it's not real. I'm happy for the
person who's innocent.
Yeah, for the person who's innocent. Yeah.
Yeah, who's like basically thrown out to the wolves, and it's like, look at them, look what they did, and it's like, because I didn't do anything.
Things like this change people's lives.
Oh, 100%.
Like, so crazy.
This person's still not back to work.
Really?
They're still on leave because the school board decided that they were going to
too much heat. Yeah.
No, that they were going to let the interim staff stay there for the rest of the school year, and then I guess reconsider it next school year.
Okay.
To bring them back. But I'm like, I don't know. It seems pretty insane what's going on, and it's most likely going to be a lawsuit in terms of like defamation and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So this person was, arrested for various things. So let me see here. But yeah, he was released actually on a $5,000 unsecured bond. So I'm like, I don't know. It's kind of ridiculous.
It is kind of ridiculous, but like I think it's like we've talked about this before because we've talked about AI before. It's like it's Pandora's box. We opened Pandora's box, and now this is the fallout that's happening of what is to come. Everything along with the good, you also get some of the bad. You get the bad actors, and like you have people doing things like this who are going through and making like these fake recordings, using AI for nefarious uses, and yeah, just overall not good people.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you think that this is a hot button issue? People are now saying, the police are saying that this is one where the law system and like the police system is like not capable, not really like equipped to go and like tackle. So I mean, it seems like, I mean, right now we're struggling with fraud.
Yeah,
you know, a lot of fraud is happening, and they're also still very ill equipped to handle the level of fraud that's happening, especially with these new like voice things and video things. And so it's getting very, very wild out there. So if you stay this long, make sure to, you know, keep your head on a swivel, make sure to, you know, keep yourself safe out there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but at least you know now.
Yeah, at least you know.
But yeah, let us know your thoughts in the comments down below.